I am Mattlin FBTWGaming, and you know what? I'm gonna do this because, well, I've just gone to my first PAX, and I thought I'd come back and go, hey, you know, how do I feel about it? What happened? What was I really excited for? Because, again, my first one, and if you hear this clinking noise, it's because I got a lozenge in my mouth. The reason being, I got the full PAX experience. I got the PAX box about 3 days later. I don't know how it happened, but I definitely am sick as hell. So I apologize for that, and let's get to it. PAX was absolutely outstanding. A couple of my friends and I went. It was... You might recognize a couple of them. Ace Next from Bad to Peeps, as well as our friend Dave, who bought me the tickets for my birthday about 6 months ago. We got to, since they live pretty far away, south of me anyways, we decided that we were all going to drive up together. You know, I got to have a sleepover for the first time in about 10 years, because you get older and you don't do sleepovers, but we're like, yeah, no. Come halfway up to PAX, or to Boston. Sleep all, you know, I've got enough couches to kill a horse, so, you know, everyone can sleep evenly and nicely, and then we'll just go up to Boston. And it was kind of nasty because Boston, the trip started off with one of the 2 snowfalls of this year that just, they're like, hey, welcome to spring. You guys get to have snow. New England, baby. And so we rode up in the snow, and it was okay. But Mad to Peeps had done a cosplay. I was supposed to be Title from Gigantic, but my costume didn't come together quick enough. But she still was Fang, and like walked around all day as Fang. Saw one other Gigantic cosplay, Mozu, and I want to feel like I made his day being one of the few people that yelled out his name, like, yeah, there's a Gigantic guy, yeah. But I don't know, he might have just been like, oh, leave me alone. But anyways, got up to PAX. Got up pretty early, about 9:40. Was in the first third of the line when they let people in, because we wanted to see Markiplier at whatever, noon. I think Markiplier was at noon. So we're there at ridiculous early. They start, pushing people through, letting them into the building. We don't even get up to it. It's 10:15. The doors have been open for 15 minutes. Markiplier's line is filled. God dang it! I really wanted to see Markiplier. I like him a lot. His videos really make me feel good. And it was sad because, and that started the day kind of negatively, but it very quickly changed because we began walking around the showroom floor, and games. God dang it, games. I'm gonna go through my favorite kind of. My friends broke off at this point. My friend Josh, Ace Next, went around, taking cosplay pictures, and he's got some amazing cosplay. I mean, people are friggin' talented when it comes to cosplay. I really wish I had finished my Title cosplay now. Maybe next year. Maybe next year because, we'll go up and maybe Motique will have a booth up there. Fingers crossed. And for Bad Peeps, I wanted the entire showroom floor. And saw some really great, trailers and everything. I didn't think the Blizzard booths were huge. But if I played Elder Scrolls Online, their Morrowind expansion looked amazing. Some of the, customized PC builds, they had all these neat lighted fans, which I got into a couple contests to try to win. And I'm never gonna make it. We're giving away 4 of them, and there was 10 million people at PAX. A Donkey Kong cooling water system. I'll see if I can throw a picture of that up. It's really, really fun and interesting to look at. And I'm going through the simple things before I get onto the important things. Games. What was it? Not Bethesda. Oh, Pit People. Looked great. I really wish I could have gotten in, but there was a line a mile. I don't understand. I got in at 10:14, and we stood in a couple of lines trying to get into a couple of games, but they were forever. I mean, people love PAX. I didn't expect it to be that ridiculous. We also pretty much immediately went to the Oculus VR station, because I've never... Yeah, they're in the Best Buys around here, but I've never actually tried them, because I feel like you need to experience them from someone who knows what they're doing. And we had to make a reservation to get in at 10:30. We got to their booth at 10:30, and we had to wait till 9 o'clock at night to get in. Holy cow. It was 9 o'clock, 9:30. Long time. So we spent all day at PAX. I logged calories burned. I'm like, wow, I'm at negative 12,000 calories. That's 1,200 calories. Ridiculous. And I only had, I made sandwiches for my own because, God, What is it with Boston and the food at that convention? $12 for a hot dog? Get the F out. Get out. I'm glad I made, like, I cooked chicken sandwiches. I roasted the breast with a buffalo chicken rub, and then I cut up the sandwiches so that midday we could go out to the car and eat, and it saved us a fucking ton of money. A fucking ton of money. Anyways, moving on. Let's actually get to the games, like VR games. I'm gonna talk about like Oculus afterwards because the first game I found was the this intro, and I know I'm weird. It was a VR biking game with an Oculus Rift and like a elliptical bike, like a stationary bike. I don't know how stupid that sounds. It's like, that can't be a cool thing. And I go, yes, it can. But I feel like their scope was too limited. Like, you could pedal around, you had buttons, so you could shoot people as a tank or something, but you had to pedal the bike to be a tank and moving. It looked good. But I'm like, I'd rather have something like, if you went... I'll probably talk more about this in my Oculus Rift, like, separate independent video I have, like, at the end. But I want VR to be the holodeck. It's going to take some time, and I understand that, and so I want to support it while it's getting to that level. But I want to be able to, like, hop on this bike and go down, you know, do the Tour de France, and, like, pause the game in between, like, when I get tired. And I want to be able to, like, look around and be like, so this is what France looks like. Cool. I want to be able to, wouldn't it be amazing? And I'm posing this as a question. Like, with this bike, you being able to literally bike across Europe. And every time you log out, you know, you stop your point. You could theoretically bike all the way across the world. I mean, it would take such ludicrous amounts of data, because you need 3D pictures of every point along every road. But, like, an eventuality, like, if you kept building a system, you could... Anyways. At 9 o'clock, we're going to get to the Oculus Rift, and they had fried dough. And I'm going to say this. We were running late to get to the Oculus Rift because for Bad Peeps had blisters. I had blisters. We were all exhausted by 9 o'clock because we're not spring chickens anymore. We really aren't. Not teenagers. So we're going, and I see the fried dough, and I'm like, I'll come back for you later, buddy. And it was actually the only reasonably priced thing. It's like $6 for fried dough. That's normal price even for Connecticut. Like, that's as cheap as you can get it. I'm like, I'll come back for you as soon as I finish, you know, this Oculus Rift, because 9 o'clock is my time. So I go, and this is where I'm talking about VR. I played you know what, I'm going to find the name. Alright, so I actually found it. Insomnia Games had the Unspoken, like, and then we got to play through the tutorial, and I'm going to tell you something. It was fun. We got to play a mage, spellcaster, and I play D&D, and I want to be a motherfucking sorcerer. That is a goal in my life. If I could be a motherfucking sorcerer, I'd be a motherfucking sorcerer. And this game is the closest I've ever felt. Like, I played, a couple of games that are, like, it's like, oh, you're a wizard. I'm like, okay, sure. But being able to just heave fireballs at people and throw up shields with my fists and hands, and, like, this, I mean, doing your ultimates are like, yeah, I'm like, what? I'm like, what is this? And again, I'm gonna talk more about it doing, like, the actual video, because from Bad Peeps and Dave took video of me playing this game, and I want to post it up as, like, a compilation, because they got the front and back, and, like, my thoughts on it. That's gonna come eventually. Maybe I'll try to get it processed today, but it was fun. Then I have to talk about another game. One of the only other games I got to play during this whole thing was The Darwin Project by Scavenger Games. The Darwin Project by Scavenger. Like, I've been watching DG Thor play a lot of Player Unknown. And it looks fun, you know, you drop off, it's like H1Z1, etc., etc. But all those games have always gotten me kind of like, I don't think I could play this. Is like, you can take 20 minutes to get yourself prepared, and I'm over-exaggerating to make points, like 10 minutes. You can be, like, put on armored vests, and get helmets, and get guns, and you start driving around, and someone else goes, with a sniper rifle, you're dead. The end. All of your planning, all of your work is gone in a moment of glory, because someone, I don't know, I couldn't do it. And the Darwin Project literally removes part of that aspect. It also makes me feel and like remember, don't starve together. Don't starve together. You have to, first thing you have to worry about in the Darwin Project, and their marketing for this was amazing. The Darwin Project's marketing was great. They had like, the concept of the game is you're a prisoner in like a Hunger Game-esque video or like TV series. We have to kill and survive, etc., etc. You know, this is nothing new, but like all of the people at the booths were in like convict jumper suits. Great marketing. But from Battle Peeps and I sat down, and we started to play. And by the time the game was over, both of us were shaking. The sound assets were amazing. You're in like a Canadian wilderness where a snowstorm starts pulling in, and like again, like parts of the map start closing off again. Like I've seen a player unknown a few times. They start closing off parts of the map. You have to move on, etc., etc. But there's also like globally recognized like upgrades that drop into the map, and like I said, don't starve together mechanics where you sit back and you're like, okay, I have to build a campfire. The first thing you have to do is build a campfire, which I know it sounds weird because you're in freezing wilderness. You have to watch your heat gauge. You then have to so you have to cut down trees. You then have to build a fire. You then have to start building like boots and coats, and you know, the boots let you walk faster on top of the snow. The coat stops your cold meter from going down too quickly. I'm trying to think what else. You have to build arrows so you can go like Hunger Games on the, you know, their asses. It's great. It really is. And when someone knocks down like a tree or something, you then can look for clues, which then lets you see footprints in the snow, so you can go after them. So you're playing this real tactical game of trying to, like, if you start knocking down a tree, you knock down a tree, and then you get the fuck out. You run away, you get as far away as possible, and there's cabins and everything, but once you get to the cabin, it's super easy to find you, and you can easily get killed, and cabins have, like, maps that show you where other players are, so you can be like, okay, so I see someone in the west quarter, so let me go that direction. But if people are watching the cabins, well, you can build, like, bear traps, lots of other things. Like, I'm going on and on about this. The game is good. And after I told everyone, you know, I got the longest shot that the guy had seen in the game yet with my bow and arrow, because I play Voden. I don't play Voden. But I died first. And it was okay, because I didn't say bullshit. I was like, yeah, okay. There was some dumb stuff I did. I could play better. From Bad to Peeps died third. And then there was just this terrible... Because we didn't know we could make alliances. That was the one thing that was not explained. A couple of people had alliances, and we got fucked by it. And the guy, the announcer, was like, "Oh, from Peeps is he's doing very well." And afterwards, like, he realized that every time he spoke to me, he said he, and I'm like, "Yeah, I heard that. That sucks for you." She goes, "Yeah, it is." Great game. I've told a couple of people about it, and hopefully we get beta keys for it. Fingers fucking crossed, because I would play the shit out of that game again. End of question. Yeah, everyone I've asked, so I now need like 7 beta keys for the number of people that have been like really interested in the game afterwards. Other than that, you know, just looked around quite a few games. Couldn't get to play many of them. The Switch Lounge was a mile-long line, like the instant. So, other than Markiplier, from Bad to Peeps, enjoys Jacksepticeye. Jacksepticeye, I've never heard of before. I really haven't gone off and been looking at other videos. We get into line about an hour before they even started wanting people to line up, and the line was already huge. We stand in line for an hour. Then they start moving up. Let's actually say this. We were standing in the line to form a line to get into Jacksepticeye. When we started to move up into the designated, like, loading zone for the thing, you know, the first line before the first line, there was almost a trampling. Like, and I have to commend the PAX, like, enforcers, because they went, like, people began running. Just running. They would have trampled each other, and, like, one of the PAX enforcers, like, leaped into it, and thank God, because someone could have gotten really hurt, and stopped people from running him, you know. From Bad to Peeps, you know, tweeted Jacksepticeye, like, look, almost died from people trampling each other trying to get into Jacksepticeye. But, so, then we wait an hour. And it's like a 2-hour process to go into one of these panels, which just tells me we need like 17 times bigger area. Like we need a stadium for freaking Jacksepticeye and Markiplier and Jesse Cox and Wild Crendor. You know what I'm talking about. Anyways, let's move on from there. We finally get in. Line up. And I get to, see Jacksepticeye for the first time. And I liked him. He was a good guy. He's doing his Q&A. And, people began lining up for his Q&A. He sat back and said, I'll take some questions for, the audience. And if you could line up. And look. Don't run. Don't trample each other to get up on stage. Can you guess what everyone did? Can you guess what happened? Everyone ran. And he's like, what did I just say? What did I just say? Seriously, though. The people could get really hurt, and I just flabbergasted. It was like... So, anyways, good guy. Speaking about that, you know what? He was such a great guy. Like, nice, funny. You know what I'm gonna do? Yep. Done. Done and done. You're a good guy, man. I definitely would like to subscribe to you and listen to your videos. The only other, like, huge thing of the convention itself was the Twitch Prime Lounge. I'm gonna see if I can find a picture of this. You have to understand, I'm gonna gush for about 5 to 10 minutes here, alright? And I apologize for that, but I think it needs to be done because whoever did the marketing campaign for the Twitch Prime Lounge needs a goddamn raise. I'm 100% serious. It was clean, it was crisp, it was white with purple lights. Twitch wants to be like an all-inclusive lounge. It's like, yeah, come on in. You can win prizes for not doing anything. You could have free sodas, free cookies. Holy crap, you're talking to a gaming audience, you're like, yeah, for free soda. When the sodas around here are like $2 to $4. Like, I'm serious, like, sodas were going for $2 to $4, and like, have a free soda. They had tables set up with board games so that if you got tired of something, you could just sit down and play. What is Twitch? It's an all-inclusive, fun game environment. They had a couple of video game systems, and they had the Twitch channel up on the main screen. And they sat back and they're like promoting their Prime membership. Well, it was a funny place. It had like really neat caricatures built on the walls. Like, again, I'm gushing about this. From Bad Peeps and I both were like, the marketing team here, they spent a lot of money on this because it's a 2-room setup and all that other fun stuff for what appears to be zero profit, but the marketing's amazing. I can't say how much. And if you had Twitch Prime, like, Twitch is an all-inclusive thing, but if you had Twitch Prime, you also got free, like, bag checks and coat checks and a couple of other, like, important features. So everyone could be part of Twitch, but being part of Twitch Prime had a couple of, like, really good benefits. And it was subtle. It wasn't, like, game-changing, but they were quality-of-life things. Marketing was amazing. Outside that, I got to meet a couple of my fellow streamers. I got to meet all of Team VG from Gigantic, including Falco, Apex Lion, Smooge, Avalon. Great people. We had a great time talking about Gigantic, talking about the packs, because Falco is from up in Boston area. He's like, and she's great because she's like, yeah, if you needed to, you could crash up here. And I'm like, I don't want. We're going home. We're not going for a second day here. I wish we were. We could only get 1-day tickets because they sold out too fast. I got to meet Drogith. Drogith is another great streamer. I'll put, like, both of these people's, like, I'll actually have to put a lot of links in this video description because it was such a great time. So, 9 o'clock rolls around. I come back. And going back to that fried dough, I was like, I finished my VR thing. I went over. And they were closed. They were closing up, cleaning it up. I haven't had a fried dough in like 7 years. I was so heartbroken. But I did find a vending machine that sold Kickstarters. I haven't had a Kickstarter in about 2 months either because I cut out all energy drinks. We then attempted to leave Boston. And, the rest of this video was just going to be me talking about Boston. Boston's a great place. Whenever I'm trying to drive in or out of Boston, bad things happen. It's my own luck. I had an ex that used to live up in Boston, and every time I drove up, even if I was only in the vehicle with someone driving, we always got lost. So, we're trying to leave Boston at this point, and the snow came back, and it was whiteout conditions. We're trying to get out of Boston. Snow is pelting down. We're trying to get out the south exit or something like that to get onto the Mass Pike, and we go around the backside, and we go up north accidentally, then we go on back roads with the snow, and we can't stop, and it takes us 20 minutes to get back to the Mass Pike, and when we get back to the Mass Pike, the snow is so bad, we have whiteout conditions where we have to go like 15 miles an hour. Like, I'm not joking, it was redonkulous, just insane. But we make it back, and everything's all good and well. I have never gotten out of Boston well. Last time I tried to leave Boston, I went to Rhode Island first to get home. Like, I'm dead serious. I don't know why Boston always, like, messes me up. So, that was my PAX experience. And now I'm, dealing with the residual PAX box. Which, if you notice, that's why I'm drinking a lot of liquids and the clicking of that friggin' cough drop. But it was great. I love it. Would I go back again? I think I'd go back as an enforcer if I could find a way to do so. I don't know. I would love to go for a 3-day event, but I don't know if you'd have to. I feel like you'd have to train to be able to go for a 3-day event once you hit over like your when you get over 18 years old, you have to like train to be able to survive a 3-day PAX event. It was intense, and I loved it. Anyways, I'm Mattlin from MediocrityGaming. Thank you very much for joining me. If you have watched this video, I appreciate it, and we'll see you next time. Signing out.